Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check-in. This is gonna be a quick reading today because I have a lot going on. I'm preparing the content for my webinars and I have a few personal readings that I need to get to. But the exciting news is that I got a new deck. This is the golden foil deck. This was one of my presents for myself for Black Friday / Christmas holidays. I definitely wanted something like that, and I've seen other readers use these decks with the foil, and it's just so beautiful. So yeah, I decided that today the reading is gonna be, I'm gonna jump straight in, so I'm gonna start with an oracle deck as always. Let's see what we have for divine feminine and then for divine masculine as a general guidance, general vibe. And then I'll be using, so the golden foil deck is actually the Rider-Waite. It's just done in this kind of beautiful foily way. So I decided that I'll be answering two questions for each of the twins today. First is going to be what's going on right now, and I'm going to use the golden foil deck, and then I will use the after tarot to see what's coming up, right? So we'll get the tarot moment and the after tarot to see what's coming up for each of the twins. So that's going to be the reading for today. Hope you guys are doing great. In New York here we have a kind of a even more terrible weather than we had yesterday. Yesterday I think it was just kind of gray and gloomy. Today it's actually raining, so I'm so grateful that I don't have to go anywhere. I mean, I might go out for a walk if the rain stops, but other than that I don't have any errands, so that's good. So divine feminine has got the card number 12. Enter, one step forward, one step onward. Yeah, so just keep going, just don't overthink it, divine feminines watching. You'll know the answers when you're supposed to know the answers. That's what I'm getting for you. So don't worry about it too much. Remember that, I mean, it's counterintuitive to how our brain is used to operating, but you're not always supposed to know all the information up front. Ooh, and look at that. And we have 3, 2, 1 jump for divine masculine. So it's kind of a mirroring energy because it's about the trust. It's like the equivalent of a Fool card, really. It's about just going for it, right? Like jump, taking a leap of faith, in other words. Okay, let's see what is that all about. So what's the energy like for divine feminines right now? Oops, that's too many. Still need to get used to it. Yeah, we'll take the one that fell on Hierophant, which is the Fool. So we have the Hierophant and the Fool. What do we have for the masculines? 5 of Cups and 5 of Wands. Wow. Yeah, now I see why divine masculines have been asked to take a leap of faith. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. So it's like a new cycle of emotional openness and vulnerability for the twins. That's what I'm getting here. That's what's happening right now. It's like that extra nuance that's been added that maybe you didn't know about yourself before, or maybe new level of intimacy and openness between the twins. That's it. Or maybe you're realizing suddenly, oh, like we're so comfortable with each other, or we can talk about things like that. Like you know, it's like this realization. It's not even gonna be a big deal for either of you, but you will make that note for yourself. What's coming up in the nearest future for divine feminines watching? What do we need to know about what's coming up in the future? Both major arcanas here for divine feminines. We have number 5, by the way, and we have Fool. So you see there is synchronicity here as well. We had like kind of a Fool card here. We have Fool card over here. We have Hierophant, which is major arcana number 5, and we have 2 5s in minor arcana for divine masculine. So there is this balancing force. What's coming up for divine feminines? What do we need to know? If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, to share it with other people that can benefit from it. Ooh, 7 of Wands, which actually in this deck looks a lot like 5 of Wands. Please clarify this. Please clarify this 7 of Wands. This is the next moment after, if you remember, like the person is kind of like defending themselves on top of the hill, and this is like the next moment they're jumping in. So Temperance is the clarifier. Okay, what do we have coming up for divine masculines watching? This is like a reading on steroids. Okay, we'll take that. Bottom of the deck here, the judgment. Yeah, so some new insights, like I was saying, about the intimacy in love, about openness in love with the twins. Okay, here we have Ace of Swords and Eight of Cups. Right, so first things first, for the current situation, divine feminines. Definitely faith is needed, and we saw that one step onward, one step forward, one step onward, right? Let's just keep going. You are the leader, you are the master, right? Like you have that channel with the divine, right? Like the priest, they have that sort of connection, that relationship was supposed to, right? With the deity, with whoever that higher power is in the religion. So like you're supposed to trust that you are in this hierophant power, right? That whenever you are taking a step forward, even if you don't have all the information, it is divinely guided, and it's very important to believe that. It looks like it's kind of what you're doing because this is the present, but if you're not, then this is an extra confirmation, an extra nudge that you're supposed to, because you have two major arcanas here, so you are definitely getting divine intervention into guiding you into the right direction, right? Like the most beneficial timeline, as long as you trust. For the masculines, we have Five of Cups and Five of Wands. Fives are usually not the best cards in the decks. Like they all have their kind of little, like, at least a little bit of a negative connotation, or a lot, right? Depending on the reading, the context, and everything else. So what I'm seeing here, especially with the relevance of this card, is there is a lack of trust from divine masculine right now. There is the disappointment, there is a struggle, there's that kind of energy of like, I'm not even sure if I should go for it anymore. Like that apathy, like, you know, like I've tried so many different things, I'm like out of options. Or, you know, like remember yesterday we saw confusion in divine masculine. Like there is that confusion in their head where they're like, okay, should I do this? Should I say that? Should I spend time on this? And it's not even about divine feminine. It's about generally everything, including divine feminine, right? So there is this energy of confusion. The good thing is the fives are telling us about the past energy. So this is the energy of change. This is how the change occurs. It's important to kind of let go the tension so that it kind of can easily glide towards what's coming up for you naturally, right? Without putting up a fight, without being overly emotional about it in a negative way. I mean, of course, be emotional in a positive way all the way you want, right? We're talking about negative emotions. It's not about suppressing them, right? But you know that, of course, if you've been watching me for a while. It's about looking at those feelings, right? Transmuting them, understanding why they come up, those triggers, right? Those strong feelings. And because these are minor arcanas, so these are actually very personal. This is something on the individual level that divine masculine has control over, right? And they can change the situation. So this is more about at least transmuting them for now. If there is no possibility for healing, at least like going through it so that you're learning, and that's the learning part, right? Because this transformation is in part learning something new. Learning not to hang up on that, not to get stuck into those low vibe energy that either other people are imposing to you, which is Five of Wands, or that you're imposing on yourself, which is Five of Cups. What's coming up? So for the feminines, it looks like there will be time where you'll really need to show that you've done your homework and you're serious about the direction that you've taken, right? And where you're going. Like you're very much supposed to be just kind of confidently, patiently moving forward, right? And not taking BS from anybody else. Like in this Seven of Wands, it's actually like standing strong for yourself when you're being like as disrupted or attacked by other people. That's possibly what's coming up. You will have some distractions, and it's up to you to see how you want to handle that, and not get swayed into something completely different than what you had in mind. For masculines, we have Ace of Swords and Eight of Cups. It's a very interesting Eight of Cups in the After Tarot. So this is the future, right? This is what's coming up, that there will be some sort of reconsideration. And it's interesting, this is a feminine figure. So the person who walked away in the, the usual story of Eight of Cups, when somebody's walking away from things that don't serve anymore. That person is actually gone. So imagine that's a masculine, right, in this scenario. They are walking away from something that doesn't serve, but there's a plot twist. There is this new figure that's examining those cups. So there may be a temptation in the nearest future to kind of somebody talking to divine masculine and reminding them about the good old days, right? Like, that was so much easier. Why did you decide to do this? Or why did you give it up, right? So there will be like extra test, if you wish, or push to kind of revisit the older ways and be like, well, that was so much easier. Why did I give that up, right? So, but from somebody else, most likely. It could be a feminine figure in their life, like a karmic figure. It could be a partner, a mother, a friend, a co-worker, maybe even a mentor, or like somebody that they listen to, or they will listen to in this particular case, right? Like it can even be a therapist, for example. But hopefully, like a good therapist would not push the person to a certain thing, right? But maybe like it doesn't even look like they necessarily are pushing, but at least they will be asking, right? It's almost like when you haven't seen somebody for a very long time, and during the holiday time, you usually have a chance to catch up with people that we haven't seen for a long time, haven't talked to. And they are catching up and they're asking questions. So why did you stop doing that? Or why are you not there anymore? Right? Like there will be those questions, and they will trigger those questions inside our head, or masculine's head. Like why? Like they will have to think about it and come up with an answer, right? That they can share. That will make sense when they say it out loud. That's gonna be a little bit tricky, but yeah, that's only gonna reassure that they're following their truths, and they will be following, right? At least this is the chance that they have to kind of reinsure into the universe that they're following their truths, they're being authentic, and that's the main thing, even if other people don't understand your decisions or your thought pattern. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.